So, with the conclusion of UFC 309, Jon Jones beat a retired Stipe when, honestly, I thought we were going to see at least something much more competitive than that was. But, now that that's out of the way, we need to talk about who is the baddest man on the planet and whether or not they are in the UFC right now. Before I get into this, if you like the content, subscribe. So I ask, we're on our way to 500 subs, and all I can say is thank you guys for all the love and support recently. October was probably the best year on this channel. Then November, we are nearly doubling every metric that you can to get nerdy. But anyways, I just wanted to throw that out there. Thank you. But anyways, so Jon Jones dominated Stipe. There's no way around it. He dominated a 42-year-old Stipe. Stipe coming into this, I was watching his training. I was seeing how big he was, and I really thought that, the same way Randy Couture surprised people when he beat Tim Sylvia, we would at least see a competitive performance. But it really wasn't. You guys remember when he had that massive fucking exhale at the end of round one? Like, that right there proves all of the Joe Biden memes, all of the old Stephen memes right. He had a massive gasp for air for at the end of round one. But it's the same way Mike Tyson was, right? Where you saw the glimpses of Stipe being the threat. You saw glimpses of, oh my god, maybe he can catch him. Maybe he can put together a combination. Man, I really wanted this fight to happen. This was legitimately a dream fight of mine ever since Stipe beat Francis for the first time. I wanted to see Stipe versus Jones. And the fight that we got basically battered a legend. Um, Recency bias is basically the only thing MMA fans go by. So, in many people's eyes who aren't, hardcore fans, that tarnished Stipe's legacy by, treading himself out there only to be absolutely dominated. But then you have Francis Ngannou over in the PFL fighting a 6'9 giant and smashing him in the first round. After he lost his son, after a massive layoff to MMA, after, a very close fight with Tyson Fury, which some people thought he won. Yeah, he got knocked out by Anthony Joshua, but he still got into the ring with two of the baddest boxers on the planet with minimal experience and put up a fight. You have Tom Aspinall now, who has beat nearly every ranked heavyweight, some twice in the first round. You have Alex Pereira at light heavyweight, making easy work of former champions of the division that Jon Jones left in shambles. A lot changes in a sport in the matter of 2 years. or yeah, has been. Yeah, it's in 2 years, right? March 2022, March 23. I can't even remember anymore. But we it really doesn't look good for the UFC when you hold up the heavyweight division for a fight like that. And you have countless other guys on top of Arsenal. You have so many athletic heavyweights. Some we rarely saw before. Like, you know, Cain Velasquez, JDS, they were ahead of their time when you look at it. Brock Lesnar, ahead of his time as far as being an athletic heavyweight. But now everybody is athletic. Everybody has jiu-jitsu. The heavier divisions are becoming just as quick as the lower divisions, and that is something that the addition of Jon Jones at heavyweight has excelled. You know, it's annoying that we're gonna have to wait another 6 months, maybe even a year, to know who legitimately is the best heavyweight in the UFC. You know. And say you do the Pereira fight, which I don't have a problem with. If I'm being completely honest, Jon Jones, he's been in the UFC for 15 years. He's undefeated. You know, say what you want about the Dominic Reyes fight. Say what you want about the Thiago Santos fight. At the end of the day, he is undefeated. And it's really, he's not at the Conor level of stardom, but I would say he's right below it. I would say, like, as far as Dana White privilege, we all know Jon Jones has it. He held on to the belt since November of March of last year. Um, but you know, it's kind of helping these other organizations make their case for having the best heavyweight. You can throw one in there. Some of the heavyweights won too. Um, but I don't know. A lot of people are thinking Arsenal is the best heavyweight. And, you know, after the performance that Jon Jones had against Stipe, I think that Tom Aspinall beats that version of Jon Jones. The problem is with Jon Jones, he is the best game planner when it comes to MMA. Nobody does as much film watching. Nobody does the amount of detail they put into their camps is something that no other fighter does. Like, you saw the stripper team of Gable Stevenson, I think, Gordon Ryan, Greg Jackson. Like, Mighty Mouse said this in his video, is that Jon Jones prepares the way he does and the way the later fighters train. He trains massive cardio. He trains to be athletic. He trains to be flexible. And, you know, Tom Aspinall is doing the same things. Tom Aspinall is a threat on the feet, on the ground. Alex Pereira is definitely a threat on the feet. His ground game is yet to be seen. We saw a bit of it in Jan Blachowicz, but I mean, since then he's been working with Glover Teixeira for like a year and a half now, something like that. Whenever that fight happened, like, it's frustrating. It's frustrating for the fighters. It's frustrating for the fans. It's frustrating for the UFC. That being said, though, you have these four guys you can make so many big fights with. And now I'm gonna address the elephant in the room, Francis's relationship with the UFC. The UFC is a business. Dana White is a businessman. Dana White is an individual with emotions. The Francis situation definitely did get emotional for Dana White. And if Dana White will really turn away Francis versus Jon Jones, Francis versus Tom Aspinall, ideally Francis versus Alex Pereira, would probably be the biggest fucking fight you can throw on in the world right now. It's in Dana White's court. It's in Francis's court. Jon Jones, Pereira too. But after we waited, it was more than 2 years for this fight. So this fight was teased 4 years ago. Stipe versus Jon Jones should have happened when Stipe was 38. Jon Jones should have moved up within 6 months. They could have had that fight. And, maybe fine and dandy. But, nah. Fine and dandy. Jesus Christ. I don't know. I hope we are able to get Tom versus Jones next. I want that to be International Fight Week. I want Jon Jones to fight twice next year too. We already know Alex Pereira will probably be fighting March, April, somewhere around that. I would assume March because Ramadan, all these fighters will be off, won't be fighting. I don't know. Let me know in the comments, what do you think about Jon Jones' performance? And who do you think the baddest man on the planet is? Is it Jon Jones? Is it Tom Aspinall? Is it Francis Ngannou? Or is it Alex Pereira? Or a different person I didn't mention? Let me know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching. Later.